Hello, my name is Mike Noll from Newark, Ohio. I work in the paper sector. My local number is 1237. It's pretty obvious how the infrastructure bill will impact certain industries like steel and construction. And I was wondering how it would affect companies like mine that work in paper, other companies that USW represents that, I don't see any clear way that the infrastructure bill will help someone in healthcare or something like that. And I was just curious about that. Thanks.
Hi, Mike. And first of all, those are great questions, and I think natural ones. First off, on the paper sector, people don't often think about paper as being part of infrastructure, but it's really a critical component. The paper industry, including your company, Packaging Corporation of America, is critical to the supply chain and thus infrastructure. Consider what's going on right now with the run on computers, TVs, and even gaming devices like PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X. You just can't find them because of a shortage in semiconductor chips. 88% of them are made outside of the US. Overcoming that shortage and issue is absolutely necessary. If you can produce the chip here and the devices, you'll need a box to ship them in though. In short, while we may not make the components for infrastructure, just about everything that is shipped across our nation that goes into infrastructure comes in packaging of some sort that's made by us. And that packaging includes lots of paper from the boxes, but also the packaging of the product inside, the paper for invoices, instructions, and even the labels on the box. They're all made by us. But it goes beyond that. When we think about infrastructure, there are lots of less obvious ways our companies need it to remain competitive. Think again about shipping. Our raw materials come to us from somewhere else. Then our products must also be shipped. That means needing modernized roads, bridges, tunnels, waterways, ports, and other infrastructure to move our goods. Traffic congestion, vehicle wear and tear from bad roads, and inefficient waterways mean lost time and money. This hurts our competitiveness, both domestically and globally. An example is the I-40 bridge in Memphis. An inspector found a fracture on that bridge that almost severed a critical beam. This area has been described as a nerve center from a supply chain transportation perspective. While the bridge is being fixed, trucks are being rerouted miles away to bridges that weren't designed to withstand that kind of traffic. A disaster was averted, but the costs remain for our companies. And thank you for focusing on our healthcare sector. Our healthcare workers provide the perfect example of why we need to build out our supply chains through investing in our infrastructure. That's what our union's We Supply America campaign is all about. Before the pandemic, I don't think many Americans thought about the state of our supply chains, but seeing critical workers go without proper personal protective equipment caused many people to ask why we don't make these things anymore. Testing for the virus was also impacted by critical components being made offshore. For decades, we've allowed our supply chains to degrade from outsourcing and offshoring and a general lack of focus on manufacturing jobs. In the President's America Jobs Plan, there is a focus on healthcare and more broadly, supply chains. A big part of the plan includes investing in future pandemic preparedness. We've got to build out the medical supply chain. Many of our members are in this line of work, from making testing materials to vials for pharmaceuticals and more. And PCA even makes the boxes that ship the vaccine. We owe it to our direct care and other healthcare workers to protect them at critical times. Again, Mike, thanks for your excellent question. And thanks also to you and the rest of our members at Local 1237 in Newark, Ohio, who work so hard to keep our economy going through this pandemic. Our hats are off to you. Solidarity, brother.